Yay! Hi everybody. First things first, as always, can you hear us? I'm sure you can. We can hear us. If not, do shout out. If we're too quiet, too loud, let us know straight away. For those of you who don't know who we are, I am Mod Matt K, this is Mod Ash, and this is Mod John C. We've got Mod Reach, who's sitting way in the back there, getting ready to show you some stuff with the new content he's put in game, which is, what is it, Dan?
It's the Slayer bosses.
The Slayer bosses. He's going to show you those later. In the meantime, what we do right at the beginning is you guys tweet me all your questions through, and I've got the whole 2 pages of A4 of questions, and I'm going to present them to these guys, and they're going to answer them. In fact, I'm going to answer a few as well, because there are a few in there for me, so that's cool. So we'll start off with a delightfully named chap, Mankiller23. And I think this is probably one for you, John. If you guys do new clue drops, can you get trimmed black D-hide or D-hide quith?
We mentioned doing some kind of trim to the black dragon hides with lava, something to do with the lava dragons. I'm sure we could do it.
I'd say trimmed black D-hide would look pretty awesome, I reckon.
Yeah, with a nice gold lava-y kind of trim, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, that sounds like quite a cool thing. TiVo14 says, do you think you would be able to make caskets stackable? I'm assuming he means the clue scroll caskets after last night's stream.
So you can get loads of them.
Yeah.
I think we could.
Yes, we could.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, no, last night I did a stream where I opened 1,000 clue scroll caskets, which you guys love doing. We did the hard ones with the mediums last week. Last night, the hard ones a couple of weeks before then. And yeah, huge amount of fun doing that. And it will allow you guys to do exactly the same sort of things. When you collect 1,000 of them, you can go and open them all at once, which would be pretty cool. Right, Alex Campion says, Ash might know this, so no pressure.
I might.
Does an Ava's device collect arrows in a player-owned house?
Ava's device checks for you not wearing any metal armour, checks for you having line of walk to the thing you're shooting at, like you do when you're ranging, and checks a random number. There's nothing special to say it shouldn't work in a POH, so I see no reason why it shouldn't. If it doesn't, maybe it needs fixing.
Cool. GMM Matthias says, fire making is one of my favourite skills. Be interested to know why. Is it possible to give it some more use? I love the flaming arrows idea. Ideas?
We actually were talking about things that were fiery this morning.
Yes. Aside from that, we were talking. We were talking at one point about an idea for a northern land where it's all icy, and to survive there and use the other facilities, you've got to keep lots of fires burning to be able to, fight the creatures there, survive there at all. And maybe even we talked about a boss encounter where the boss is only able to take damage if you've got enough fires in the room, so that a level 3 skiller perhaps could be lighting fires to support their friends who are fighting the thing directly. So we've had a few ideas. In fact, we got a few more ideas in through the player design content. There was a rather interesting one involving fire making and smithing, involving charcoal. I was quite fond of that one, but it wasn't the one that won, so we've got a Motherlode mine coming instead.
Absolutely. So I'll get his name right. Alejandros Loud says, adventure log for OSRS, ? Lel.
We'd love to do one, but it involves a lot of help from a lot of the other teams, mostly web, and need some engine support as well, and it's a fair amount of content work.
Not very much. From our point of view, that's a relatively light update. Unfortunately, it involves a whole lot of other people who aren't us.
Exactly.
And we've got a few other requests with the web team at the moment. It could make it onto the wish list, but a bit lower down.
Yes. Sweet. So what we got? GMM Mateus again asked another question. Do you plan on making behind the scenes videos? We actually do them already. We do one a month. We're going to sort of try and change the format of them a bit, because they are very much like the RS3 ones, where we will tell you about an update. You then go and then see examples of it. But I want to sort of change it a bit so it's got a bit more community feel to it, so we get some of the cool things that you guys are doing out there and sort of talk about those a bit more as well. But yeah, we want to do more videos. Our videos are happening. They're all on the YouTube RS3 YouTube channel, or the basic RuneScape one. So yeah, that and then.
I think you lost me there somewhere.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? We do them is the answer already. There we go. RS Die Hunted says, as a developer for Old School RuneScape, do you think forums like this, and then he gives a QFC, it can go both for Old School RS and RS3. He's talking specifically about fan sites. and he wants a single place for fan sites to collect information. We like fan sites. Our fan sites are good. We don't have a huge amount of them. I think we've got 3 or 4 at the moment.
Well, it's not like we do very much with our website, so it's great having fan sites.
Yes, it's true, especially the RS Wikia. They are a godsend. But yes, basically he wants one place where all fan site owners can go to collect all the assets you need to go and make a fan site, and I think that's a great idea. The guy who runs the fan site stuff, I think, is Mod Infinity. So I'm going to send that idea over to him. So if you're watching RS Die Hunted, which I can see that you are, I'll send the idea over to him and he can have a think about it, because he's the guy who does all that stuff.
Wouldn't mind access to a few of those images myself.
Yes, yes. I think the images will have to come from us. We have an interesting store of graphical images, stuff that's never been released, which we'll probably have to use one day.
Cool.
Yeah, so we can play around with new images.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, RSN Eero says, Ash, have you seen anyone with 9 HP yet?
Yes, me. I've also been the person with 1 HP.
There we go. There we go. Numerical Matter asks if you start again. If you're planning on adding bonds, then is it possible, and when will it come? It is possible.
Yeah.
The question really is whether you guys are up for us having bonds in any form in Old School. We don't want to go forcing them on you, but there's been a lot more demand for them than there was when they were first launched in other RuneScape. And if you guys would like us to get the engine team on to adding bonds to Old School, let us know what you'd like them to do, how you'd like them to work, maybe what else they could do that they don't already do for RS3, and we'll take it from there.
I mean, specifically about bonds, if we were to put bonds straight into Old School, a bond you buy with money, obviously you can change it for membership, you can change it for rune coins, you can change it for, I assume you can change it for keys now. We don't have the treasure hunter or rune coins in our game, so what else could you use bonds for? I'm seeing a lot of no's in there, so it's a pretty mute question right now, but
Yeah.
but some people want it, some people don't. It's an interesting question, and if it was to happen, it would only be after you guys have made sure you want it.
Yeah.
So don't panic too much that it's suddenly going to appear out of nowhere.
And we'd poll it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. What else we got? Chief Jobu, he always sends us questions. We like that. If the poll question about the Fedora passes, which it looks like it is, can you make a Fedora tipping emote?
I do not know, but it's worth a try.
Yes. What do you mean you want that sort of thing? Governor?
Yeah.
Or is it a...
I think we're going to have to go to YouTube and look at videos of some famous guy in a fedora and see what he does with it.
Yes, or you could take one of yourselves and send it to us, because that'd be hilarious.
Yes. Tweet us pictures of yourselves in fedoras, that sounds
Yes, yes, yeah. A person 2343 says, is it possible to have an update on how the new bot tech is going? It's still going. We're still rolling out the stuff for the bot technology. It's going to different areas in game. Hopefully we can get a bit more information out to you next week about how it's doing and how it's performing. But we will cross that bridge next week at some point. So hopefully more information next week for you. That'd be cool. Right, what else have we got? Sami Shaheen asks, hand cannon please.
Hand cannon was a little bit broken in that it could hit, was it 96, I think, in one hit with its special attack?
Or blow up.
Yeah, it's, if you really want it, I'm sure we could do it.
Yeah, we'd have to find some graphic for it, since we can't import the original one from the other RuneScape. But if that's what you all really want, we're willing to give it a try.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm surprised that's what you all really want.
Just make sure we don't give the old bug that came out with it last time a bit more life.
Oh dear. Now, RS Die Hunted, he's had a great idea.
Yes.
So I put it down here. He says, will you be looking to do a video which shows the process of how things in Old School RuneScape are made? I think that's a great idea.
It's mostly just lots of typing.
Yes, huge amounts of typing. We need to get Dan to make some sort of weird, wacky thing with the images going on and the model editor. But I think that's a great idea. I mean, if you guys think it's a good thing for us to do, then do let us know if you'll be interested in seeing it, so you can actually see the process of where an idea comes from you, how it gets turned into the end game content, and the whole process through that. We'll happily do that. That's something I'm quite excited about. And if you guys want us to do it, we will do it quite happily. That's one side done. So we look at the other side. Darkness Reaper says, I was wondering if it was possible to add the previous name thing to 07.
The answer is yes, if the engine team doesn't mind doing all the work. From our point of view, easy. We just get them to update the engine to make the data available, and then we just update the interface slightly to show it. That won't be a problem for us, but they've got to do their side first. We've got quite a few requests on with that team, and this one is, well, it's in there, but it's lower down the list. I think it'll come eventually. It just ain't got there yet. Sorry.
There we go. Right, so OSRS Lie says, could we have a magic focused poll and community discussion? We could. I mean, there's no reason why not. I think what we're planning to do in the next couple of weeks or so is we're planning to sort of go away and sort of get some information from you guys about what's the priority for you and sort of plan out the next few months of where we want to go. So hopefully once the next poll is done, or this current poll is finished, we'll put out another one asking you for your priorities, and then we can match that up with what we think is the right thing to do, and then we can just make sure that we are delivering the most important things to you. If that happens to be a magic update, then a magic update will be one of the things we'll look at sooner rather than later. I'd imagine the top priority will probably be the trading update, and clan wars will probably be the two biggest things we want to look at next. After that, I think there's 6 or 7 different things that these guys would probably want.
Yeah, we've got some long-standing sort of
Achievement diaries.
a quest, Uber quests.
Or digging out the old quests from the archive. We got Path of Gluffery in there and Land of the Goblins, which we could dig out for you if you wanted them.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Right, what else we got down on my list of questions? We have P-Lark says, is it possible to get the new Slayer helm upgraded so that you can left-click attack your assigned task? And he asked, would it pass? I think that probably would pass.
I think it would pass. However, controlling whether an attack option is left or right click is not something we can control outside the engine. I'd like an engine update that would let us have control of that, partly so you could have a toggle for making all monsters have a left click attack. I could see that being quite useful, really, since if you're going around fighting, you generally do want to attack things, and maybe we could let you turn it off again if you wanted to go back to the existing behaviour. Or maybe even people who are very into thieving, we could let you turn it off forcibly, so that attack is never the left click option, and you can go pickpocketing guards more conveniently if that's what you're into, because I've had a few complaints that low level players have an advantage there.
Yes.
So I'd like the engine to let us control it for all NPCs globally, which might obviate the need to have it for your Slayer target. But we'll see what we can get from the engine team. Again, anything involving that team isn't something we can control. We can't say, yeah, sure, to be done, we'll just tell them they've got to do it for next week. It don't work like that, because they've got to juggle requests from us, lots of other requests from us, and some stuff for other RuneScape as well, because they do actually matter to themselves. Yeah. So we can't always promise things that will involve that team.
Here we go. Right, so Mr. Jackson Jack asks, well, he wants to be able to change the Legends cape colour using dye.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because and why not?
Easy.
It depends whether you guys want it to happen again. That's the next thing. Yeah. So what else we got down here? We got a Sami Shaheen again asked another question. Experience lock feature that locks experience gained in a skill such as defence. Now, I think that probably would have difficulty passing a poll, mainly because there tends to be sort of this anti-feeling about pures from the community. I don't know why. Maybe John could enlighten us on that one. What do you guys think?
I think last time we polled something for pures, it didn't go very far.
No, it bombed quite quickly, and that was Apatol, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Part of being a pure is taking care of what you do to make sure you don't gain defence experience. If you're moaning about things accidentally giving you defence experience when you're just not paying enough attention, then...
That said, there's a few things we could offer that might help a little without necessarily catering directly. For example, the Castle Wars banners.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got all controlled styles, so there isn't any style you can choose that doesn't give defence XP. We're up for changing those to have an option where it doesn't give defence XP because you're in an accurate style instead, or something like that.
That's cool. That's cool. Right, okay. OSRS Daniel says, when will you start looking at some kind of trading solution? Now, as we mentioned earlier, we want to sort of get away next couple of weeks and sort of plan everything going forward. We need to get your feedback first, and I think that's when we'll start looking at it quite seriously then, because I think, as I said before, your feedback, I'm sure we'll sort out the trade stuff now, and that's what we'll probably have to look at next, I think. But
I know I'd like it.
Yes, exactly. It's one of the biggest things we hear from you guys on a regular basis, and it's going to be quite an exciting project, I think, for us all to work on. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Do you plan on releasing high-level armour for all 3 combat styles?
Well, there's something on the poll at the minute which will be the highest level armour in the game.
In all 3 combat styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, level 78 respectively. Unfortunately, I don't think it's passing at the minute, but we have issues with the poll, which I'm sure you're going to cover.
Yes, yeah. Well, I think it's now's the right time to cover the issues with the poll. The poll that went up on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. There's a little bug with it which sounds really bizarre on the first hearing. But if you've got a kill-death ratio, then you are unable to vote in the poll, which makes it quite difficult because the poll is all about the wilderness and PKing. So the people who want to poll on it have a kill-death ratio. The reason it is like this is it's tripped some sort of variable that our website can't read or something along those lines. So it's telling the website that's asking how many levels you've got that you don't actually have any levels and you can't vote. So it's really bizarre and really odd. We've got people working on it now to get it fixed. We want to get it fixed as soon as possible. And we're not going to close the poll, or we're not going to accept the result of the poll until everybody's had a chance to vote. So if we're running it up until Wednesday next week. If we can't get it fixed by Wednesday next week, we'll shut the poll and we'll run it again, because otherwise it wouldn't be fair. Yeah, so that's a problem with the poll. Hopefully it'll be fixed soon and then you guys can all go and vote. But yeah, that's an interesting one, very interesting bug that was. What else we got? Frank Nunziata. Will we be able to repoll the Bone Crusher?
What we offered before was the Bone Crusher pretty much as it is in RS3. It's been suggested by 1 or 2 players that maybe if we'd offered the Bone Crusher but giving half the prayer XP of the RS3 version, maybe that would have been more popular. I haven't seen very much discussion either way on the matter, but if that's something you'd like, sure, we could repoll it in that with a different XP rate or with different behaviour, if that's what you'd like.
Cool. Smudge the Pro is asking one for you, John. He says, what are your favourite ideas for the new Slayer drops?
Well, I like quite a few of them. We've had Smoke Battle Staff come in, and if we're going to do that, we can introduce Mist and Dust with it, provided obviously they pass a poll, and we can make sure it's all balanced. We've had some new rings to fill out the other slots that don't currently have bonuses in the ring slot, like Stab, Crush, most defences and Prayer, and the ability to combine rings as well. There's been plenty of ideas. It's nice to have a cache of ideas, even if we don't use them for these current bosses, things in the future. So I don't really have a favourite.
Lots of good ones.
Yeah.
Lots of good ones.
Loads of good ones. Loads of bad ones as well, though. Some of you should feel terrible about what you suggested.
Any ones you'd like to share as particularly terrible?
Yes, there was one, the Dragon Claws.
Oh, the Dragon
Although they weren't
Claws.
overpowered enough before, that he wants the special attack to be 20%.
Wow.
Yeah.
You might have been trolling you there. Okay, Luna Red RS said, would you beef up the drop table on the mole?
We can.
Yep. Maybe change what seeds you get from the nests it gives.
Yeah, we can give you tree seed nests instead of the cabbage seed nests.
Yeah, they've got a custom kind of bird's nest to be given by, well, exchanging mole claws, I think, so we could put anything on that.
Absolutely, give it a Bone Crusher drop, as Quiz B has just said. Maybe not. Also, could you unlock more Dagonoths for Slayer?
Dagonoths are, I can't remember the exact rate, they're around 55, 60k an hour. I think the amount you get is enough.
Fair enough, okay. Oh, God. Somebody with a really complicated name says, are there any plans to make a website like it was back in 2007 with our own forums?
Ooh,
Now,
I'd love that.
There has been some discussion surrounding it. It is something which we can do. It's not a small job, so an entire website design and new forums, everything else is a significant amount of work for many, many different teams. It's not impossible by any means. It's something that has been discussed. We haven't sort of got a definite yes or no from it, but I think once we've had our get together and figure out what our plans are for the next few months, that may well fall into it as a new website, because it doesn't impact too much on you guys, and therefore it won't impact on the content you're receiving. It's a completely different team that will be doing the work, but they'll be doing it under our supervision to make sure it stays what you guys want it to be. But there's all sorts of stuff we can do. And should we ever get to the stage where we can do a new website, then we will come to you guys and say, what would you like to see on it? And then we will do it from there.
Yes, we've already had a few ideas that might be useful on our website that we haven't got yet. For example, some place to embed your Twitch streams from those in the community who run their own channels, or places to share user-submitted stuff better than the forums currently can.
Yes.
Like they currently can't. And maybe even a better way of seeing whether there's a poll running without having to click on awkward links and log in.
Yes, big scrolly thing across the top of the page saying, vote now!
Yeah. Stuff
Or
that
even
would,
better, a polling game would be even better.
Yeah, we've asked for that already.
Yes, that would be ideal.
So there's quite a lot of stuff we'd like to do with the website that wouldn't have existed in 2007. Like, I don't think YouTube was quite the same in 2007.
No, that's right, yeah.
Never mind Twitch.
Yes, indeed.
But maybe we can come to something that feels old school and has the stuff that you guys would actually benefit from, but is still a proper old school website in the style of 07.
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody just mentioned up there as well, Adventurers Log. That's would be one thing that we'd want packaged into it as well. What we've been doing for quite a while now is we've been collecting information that you guys probably don't even know we're collecting. How many kills you've had in Castle Wars, for example, and that sort of thing. We've been collecting it over time, so that if we ever do get to a stage where we're able to deliver an Adventurers Log, the information is already there for you. So there's a lot of stuff we can show you. We just need the ability to plug it into a website to do it. So we've been thinking about this for quite a while now. So
Minigame high scores as well. I've been wanting that for ages.
yes, that would
Castle
be-
Wars is the obvious place I'd like it. And we are aware that if we're going to do anything clever with Castle Wars tickets being replaced with points, we have to take into account that you've got a lot of Castle Wars armour in your POH. We're not going to forget that.
Yes, that's true.
Speaking of POH, I'd like a mini-game high score for most amount of money spent on a POH.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yes.
They actually did write some code for tracking that back in 06 when houses were first being developed, but it was commented out at the end and never used. But we thought it'd be really cool to have a high score showing people taking wealth out of the game.
Yes.
Kind of easy to track as well, because most construction materials have a fixed price.
That's right.
Sweet.
And the code's kind of lying around commented out.
Right, so what else we got down here? Melvin Cool says, more a question for Mod Ash, but how do you make songs in Old School RuneScape? I like this question.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for your interest. I've got some software at home that I bought years ago. It's called Sibelius. It's for writing music. It's really good for typesetting it so that you can polish it and make it look nice on paper. But it also exports, MP3s, WAVs, and MIDI files. Now, Old School RuneScape reads MIDI files. It's a fairly standard format that's been used for decades. And if we export those, I can transfer them into the office, stick them into the game, pack them, see how they sound against the Old School RuneScape sound bank. Because bear in mind, a MIDI file, it plays on your computer using your computer's sound bank, which is different for each person, and it's kind of potluck whether it sounds good or not. Old School RuneScape has its own sound bank built in, so if I send in a song, we see how it sounds on the Old School sound bank, and if we like it, launch it. If we don't like it, treat the balancing at home, send in a new version, and see if we can get something nice. The Scorpio one didn't take that long. About 3 evenings I think I spent on that. I've never written anything in 11/4 time before. That's weird.
Yes, yeah.
Glad you liked it.
Okay, last question is Andy Leach says, any plans to add Old School merchandise? He would love a sticker for his MacBook. You want a MacBook? Really? And a nice
Unlucky.
T-shirt.
Nice t-shirts.
I don't know if I've got...
I like your hoodie.
MacBooks
no.
are not a superior system.
I do have the RuneScape T-shirt on the same as he has. So.
Okay.
We're going to have this argument another time.
Yeah. Mac's good for music, I understand. So yes, anyway, back on topic. We are doing some stuff with a fair few companies, from what I understand, about our merchandise store, and the request has already been put in that whatever we do, we've got to be able to support Old School and have Old School stuff for you guys to buy, because we know a lot of you want it, a lot of you like these T-shirts, and
I'm not wearing mine today.
no, they might like your T-shirt too,
Yes.
but I don't think we get. Oh, it's a Star Trek one, yeah.
Only
I've got matching socks. You see matching socks? Hey?
Yes, Star Trek is
Star
better.
Trek.
If someone tweets me about Star Wars now, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. We didn't plan this morning, by the way, because that would be weird. So when stuff happens with the shop, Old School will be represented in there, and you'll be able to buy Old School stuff. Sweet. Now I think we're going to go over to Dan now, who's got some stuff to show us.
Yes,
So,
I'm moving the mic very quickly, so people don't get deafened by you moving it.
right.
Right, now you're with me, since I was neglected from the sofa again, but I have something to show you this time. So, as you know, back in November, I believe, it might have been October, November, somewhere around that time, we actually polled Slayer. And in that Slayer poll, we offered 2 new Slayer bosses and 2 new Slayer monsters. One Slayer monster we've already delivered. I'm standing at the area right now. It is the Cave Kraken. That left 1 Slayer boss for the Cave Kraken and another Slayer boss and an entire Slayer monster. That's what I've been working on for the time being. So here we go. Obviously, this is just the standard Cave Kraken area. Anybody who's had a Cave Kraken task or even been in this cave would have seen this by now. But what you would notice eventually, when this goes live, is if you run this way a little bit, there's a new cave and some water leading into the cave. There's water you can walk on, you can't really go much further, but the cave was what's important. I'm actually standing quite loud apparently. Let's just move the microphone back. If you click on the crevice, you'll get a warning telling you that this is the Kraken boss's cave. Obviously, if you're prepared to go in, just click yes. And you enter this little area. Now this is a small area. I'm going to just walk around very, very quickly to show everybody the terrain. But inside, you'll come to this small little room with some blood on the walls, some stalagmites, a shipwreck and a floating body. Let's just run around very, very quickly. And you'll notice there are 5 whirlpools. 4 small ones and one very big one. What we're going to do is we're going to very quickly attack the big one. Let's just move the mic back even further. Only to find that attacking the big one, there is no response. So let's attack the small ones. And all of a sudden, we are presented with some enormous tentacles. And once you've killed all the or attacked all the tentacles and spawned those, if we click the middle. Okay, so I thought a lot of people are laughing at the shape of the room. It's just a room. It's the easiest way I could, I guess, have a stream of water opening to a big area. But you know, let's not get our imagination. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I like
Either way, as you notice, the Kraken itself has spawned, and I am currently being attacked by not only the Kraken itself, but its tentacles. At the moment, this is still a work in progress, isn't done. They can hit through prayer. The tentacles themselves, all the comments coming through. Either way, the tentacles are attacking me. They hit quite hard, although currently they're not really doing, again, that claim much justice, so I will buff that. And the Kraken itself is attacking me. This is a group boss. You can do this as a group. You can do this solo. And obviously the person who does the most damage will be the person that gets the kill. The drops obviously spawn underneath you, the same as the normal Krakens, and there's a few film references in there, as you notice. But this is basically the Kraken. Ignore the damage that's been done right now. I do need to review most of this damage and increase it, because obviously, as you notice, I've been able to pray and AFK most of this, and if there's a group coming in here, it's going to die very, very quickly, so we'll get onto that. But obviously, once you've killed it, there's a drop below you, some antidote 4s. Obviously, the drop tables aren't complete. Don't take what you're seeing as the final product of the drop table, because they will drop better things than just this one antidote.
I'm actually working on those this afternoon.
Yeah, John is currently reviewing those at the moment, so we can work out what good things we can get them to drop. I've seen a lot of people complaining about Kraken, saying they're not really worth doing, they take too long, the XP isn't brilliant, or the rewards just aren't worth the task, really, so you end up spending a lot more than you would get back, and that's something I want to remedy with this update. Really, I want to be able to give the Cave Kraken boss something that makes Cave Krakens worth killing again, so you don't actually end up skipping the tasks. It will drop a trident. I think John suggested making it drop a full trident.
Yeah, make it drop a full trident, slightly rarer than the...
So, yeah, we can save you the runes for that, but we'll review those in due time. But this was basically the Kraken boss. Again, this is still a work in progress. The room is not what you think it is. This is just a room. Your filthy imaginations are getting way too far ahead of yourselves, but anyway, we're going to move on from this, because one of the new Slayer monsters, obviously that's the new Slayer boss, one of the new Slayer monsters is the Smoke Devil. Now, the Smoke Devil is just basically a much upgraded, mutated version of the Dust Devil. We actually, instead of running there, let's just teleport there because I'm immortal, I don't need to run. Going into the cave a little bit, we come to this little alcove, again with another little crevice. As noticed, there's a toggle smoke option on here. I'm going to quickly tell you what this does. If you toggle the smoke option, there's a smoke overlay in this room, which, if you've been to the Smoky Well down in Polnivnich, where the Dust Devils are on the boss for Desert Treasure, I think, yeah. A lot of people have complained that the smoke overlay is very annoying and disorientating, so there's an option to toggle it on and off. I'm going to have it on for this. If you go inside, you have a room. I'm going to remove these Dust Devils, they're just here for the sake of being here right now. But going inside the room, there is level 160 Smoke Devils. They require 93 Slayer to attack. You can only attack them if you have a Slayer task for them. You can use a cannon in this room, and it is multi. If we run around a bit, you'll see there's quite a few Smoke Devils pondering all around the place. Again, I am going to remove the Dust Devils from this room. They are just here for the sake of being here for the time being. But again, if you do want them to stay, do let me know and I'll keep them, I guess. We run around a little bit more. They are here. They're weak to the standard Dust Devil stuff, but I'm going to give them their own attacks. Oh yeah, and you have to be wearing a helmet, otherwise you'll take quite a lot of damage. I can't remember what the Slayer target is for them, actually.
I think 94?
I think that's 95, so let's Slayer target 95. I think we try and attack them now, let's just double check. Oh, boom, there you go. 9,958 more to go. So yeah, if we attack Smoke Devils, they have a standard attack. I'm going to give them something a bit more exciting than this just headbutting him, because it's pretty terrible in my opinion.
They've got a magic attack in there.
They do, I haven't actually plugged it in yet. But people are saying keep the Dust Devils. I saw a lot of people saying the Dust Devils should be removed, and I'm now seeing a lot of people saying keep them.
Well,
I guess if I kept them, I'd actually keep them in a small little alcove over here, so you could actually do them over here, and if you did have a Smoke Devil task, if you were cannoning, you wouldn't accidentally hit a Dust Devil and get the silly pop-up message every few seconds. But if you actually want them there, let me know and I'll keep them there, I guess. They don't actually have a drop table right now, so they're not
They
actually...
do, I'm just not giving it to you.
Oh, you're actually... There we go. So they do have a drop table, I just haven't plugged it in because John has only just done it.
There to get Josh for you.
I have no idea. Either way, ignore the 9,000, I just set a random number because I couldn't be bothered accidentally running out of tasks. So yeah, this is the Smoke Devil room. It is fairly large. As I said, you can set up a cannon in here, you can toggle the smoke overlay, and it is multi. You can only attack them if they are your task. Now over here you'll see another crevice. If we click this crevice, there is a warning for the Smoke Devil boss. Unfortunately, I haven't actually had a chance to give this Smoke Devil boss any mechanics. So
it's just a Smoke Devil in a room.
So at the moment it's just an enlarged Smoke Devil called the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil. The name isn't final, but it is there. And this is basically what I've got so far. I'm going to be working on this once I've finished the Cave Kraken boss, the Kraken boss. Failing to talk there. Once I've finished him, I'll move on to this one. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with him yet, but I guess I have plenty of time to sort that out. Some people are saying, do they drop Dragon Plate Body? No, they don't. I think we actually pulled that from the poll, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. There was a lot of negative feedback. There was a lot of love for the Dragon Plate Body, but you didn't want it from a level 93 Slayer monster, which, for those asking, will be the level.
At the moment, I'll be planning on having the Smoke Devils drop the Dragon Chain Body.
Yeah, it'd be the same rate, which is 1 in 32,768 as the Dust Devils.
So
because they are just upgraded.
Yeah, so the Dragon Chain Body isn't undervalued by adding this extra monster which drops it, because it's the same drop rate as it would be for the Dust Devils. So they do drop them, but they don't drop them any more commonly or frequently than these Dust Devils would. Somebody else was just saying it. No, it doesn't drop the Dragon Chain Body. We actually pulled that. But either way, this is a new Slayer Cave. This will be coming out very soon. I imagine either next week or the week after. Depends how much time John wants to test it. Obviously, I've also got to finish the bosses.
We need to poll the drops for them, unique drops.
Yes, that's something else that needs to be done. I think there'll be more communication on that very soon. But here is the new Slayer Caves. Again, as always, with everything I do, there's quite a few Easter eggs in there and movie references. But
very awesome Easter eggs.
Yeah, John was very pleased with the Easter egg I put in one of the areas earlier. I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you're clever enough, you might find it. But yeah, this is the new Slayer stuff. That's about it from me, really. I don't think I have anything else to show anybody besides what I've already shown, really.
Let's go back to the couch then.
Yes, we shall. I'm going to mute the mics if the mic can be taken so you're not deafened, and I'll see you soon. split. There you go. I think John's done it. I'm assuming people can actually hear us still.
Yes.
Hello.
So, a few questions came up during that stream, which I will ask you, Dan. So, level for the Slayer Kraken boss. Slayer level.
93.
93. I'm not going
Yes.
to write that down because I know the answer. I'm just asking.
Actually, no, it's not 93. That's the Smoke Devils. Kraken boss is the same Slayer level as the Cave Krakens,
Which was 87.
which is
87,
87,
okay.
not 93.
There we go. Now, Hey Jace asked, will you need a Slayer task to kill the Kraken boss?
Yes. You can kill the Kraken boss if your Slayer task is the Cave Kraken. So you can choose to kill normal Cave Kraken, or you can go and kill the Kraken boss itself.
Cool. Eero asks, will we get loot share along with this?
Loot share?
Yeah.
Does he mean loot share or broadcast? Loot share, no, because we probably would have offered that.
We'd need to poll that, I think.
Yeah, there's that as well.
I can see it passing, though.
Yeah, I'd want it in if we did offer it. Loot broadcast, yes, that's being done for it, because obviously you can go in as a group. Obviously, at the moment, the person who does the most damage will be the person that gets the Slayer kill for it. Anybody else, their Slayer count won't go down as a result. We might look into changing that, I don't know yet, but at the moment it's that way. But there is going to be loot broadcast in there, because obviously, I guess if 10 people go in, they want to know who got the kill as well as what they got, I guess. So.
And final question I have is from Gaishan Sai. They don't understand what everybody was laughing about the room. They think it looks like Squidward. Can you confirm that's who it was based on?
The room or the room or the Kraken?
The shape of the room.
The shape of the. I needed a narrow gully for some water.
Be careful what you do with your hands right now.
A narrow gully for some water.
And you've based it on the Fountain of Rune, yes.
Which then opens up into a big room of water. If you want to interpret that as anything else, that is entirely up to your imagination. Although the end result of what your imagination then gives you is a good, accurate representation of where your mind is. It's not what it looks like.
Well, I'm thinking about the Fountain of Rune. Don't know about you lot.
You made the Fountain of Rune.
I did make the Fountain of Rune.
Yes. But either way, it is what it is. If you want it to be that, then it's that. There is no references or Easter eggs to that in the entire area. So if you're going to go look for unscrupulous references, you're not going to find any. But
QA will send that back.
I imagine the room will change.
to be honest, though, when I was looking at the Smoke Devil room, I did notice that the lava patch that I made did look rather dubious. So I did have to tweak it.
It looked like a Tyrannosaurus.
It looked like a Tyrannosaurus, or if you tilted your head this way ever so slightly, it didn't.
Okay.
But that was accidental, and there are people drawing pictures, there's ASCII art everywhere. Either way, let's move on.
Right, so should we just answer some questions on the stream now? Because we've got
I guess.
questions, so I'm sure people have been waiting to ask the questions.
At the moment, there's only ASCII art.
So, Sick Nerd wants us to remove jungle horrors and other quest monsters from the Slayer task pool, or block them without using blocks, but still using 100 points. Well, it's technically possible, although if we let you just go blocking everything without limits, you might end up with a Slayer skill that consists of a set of your same favourite monster over and over and over again, which isn't really in the spirit of what Slayer's for. I don't mind letting you earn other slots for blocking things, but I prefer you to have to earn them somehow.
Yeah.
Now you're 4 quest points away from having another slot.
Yeah,
I could see a use for that.
absolutely. Volgos RS wants us to increase the combat level cap, which I think would be interesting, but I can't see it happening or passing any polls somehow.
I think 126 is what really gives Old School RuneScape its, I guess,
Kind of
appeal.
iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic. It's also, with us having a rather, a lot of people expressing a preference for our combat system, with 126 being that combat level, I think that sort of really ties into it as well, so it would be rather controversial if we decided to change it.
Plus, if we start changing how combat levels are calculated, that kind of changes the balance of stats, which some people have put a lot of time and trouble into balancing deliberately.
There's a lot of no's coming up as well,
Yeah,
so I think we're on the same page as you guys.
I don't want to, he don't want to, the engine team would have to do it, and I bet they don't want to.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Clue scroll rewards need to be increased, please.
Yeah, I think John's working on something of that sort right now.
He's been
actually.
gathering suggestions for new clue score rewards for a while. We're kind of building them up into a nice pile so as to offer it as a big update rather than sticking them in dribs and drabs one by one. but it's definitely something on the horizon.
We want a graphics artist in place.
And yeah, we want the graphics artist to be hired before we start creating new items that look like they need redecorating.
Third age bucket confirmed.
Yeah.
Third age bucket confirmed. Yeah.
Yes. Now, talk about the
It's the
graphic
worst thing
artists. It
ever.
seems like the right time to do it. Some of you have been asking the last few days what's happening with the graphics artist. We've been looking for about 4 months for a graphics artist. The big issue we've had lots of people who've had really good skills for graphics artists and for modelling and for animation, but they are not as passionate about old school as they need to be to work in our team. We'd rather take the time to make sure we get the right person rather than rush somebody in who just isn't going to be a right fit. Now, this week we've had 2 phone interviews with 2 people, and they're going to be coming in for interviews in the next week or so, I think. So we may well have something more to say by the end of next week. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. It all depends on making sure the right person joins the team, and that's more important than actually having a graphics artist. There's still plenty we can do without a dedicated graphics artist. And Dan's getting his skills together to make some new stuff. So he's learned an awful lot on that side of things.
I really do
Fingers
like the
crossed.
Trident.
Yes,
I think it's my finest work so far, to be honest.
absolutely.
I think that sort of epitomises everything that I could possibly do in a model editor. I don't think I can probably beat that.
Yes, but no, it's graphics artists. Fingers crossed, not too long, but we will keep looking. And the important thing is we get the right person. Yes. Any more questions coming through? Let's see.
Jammy LEJ wants to know, if Clan Wars is polled, you get a choice between the 2008 version and the newer version. That's an interesting question, really. See, Clan Wars, when it first came out, had no features. Two teams went in. At the end, one of them was told you won, the other was told you lost. I fixed a bug before launch where it was a bit random which you were told, and sometimes you got both, and sometimes you got neither. But you didn't have any options. You couldn't have run-in battles, and you couldn't have time trials or kill counts or anything. It just said how many people were left, and last person standing was the team that won. So a couple of years later, I was allowed to come back and add a menu with choice of terrains, choice of what the win condition would be, like could be a kill count, could be most kills in a certain amount of time, could be last person standing, plus a few extra options for not allowing melee or not allowing magic, etc., or not allowing food, or even not allowing you to pick up stuff on death. I'd be inclined to do the version with the extra options, to be honest, because giving you Clan Wars with only one mode and only one terrain just doesn't sound as good as giving you those choices. And if you don't want to choose those choices, don't. Now, apart from that, we also released the free-for-all arenas. We don't have to do those at the same time. We could do Clan Wars without the free-for-all arenas. We could do the free-for-all arenas without the rest of Clan Wars even more easily. So I think when Clan Wars comes to a poll, and I'm sure it will eventually, I think we'd have one poll question for the main game with the challenged battles, like the purple portal, and separate poll questions for the red and white portals, the free-for-all arenas, where people would often go to practice or to have a fun clan battle with no special rules. It was just a place where you could go and make your own entertainment in a kind of emergent way. So that's kind of what I'd like to do with it. What I don't intend to do is wait till we've got a proper clan registration system and then try and keep score like Rated Clan Wars does in the other RuneScape, because I think there was difficulty getting enough players to ever go near that.
Yes. Okay, Barnesy, I was asking about Bounty Hunter. That's one you love.
Yes, actually, we were talking about that recently. I think when Ashley and I had a chat about Clan Wars the other day, actually, and we were saying we'd probably like to offer Bounty Hunter at the same time. So if we decided to poll Clan Wars, poll Clan Wars, we'd also poll Bounty Hunter alongside it. And the idea would be that if both of them passed, we'd offer them at the same time. She'd get Clan Wars and Bounty Hunter. Now, Mod Oliver and I, and he's on the Ninja team for RS3, had an idea to redesign Bounty Hunter, or a design with Bounty Hunter. But we're still working on that, but we definitely have considered Bounty Hunter. It's one of my favourite mini-games.
Sweet. Right, iHedge is asking, he wants the beds in the house, he wants to be able to sleep in them, so he can rest.
Lazy.
Rest.
Lazy, yeah, says John.
Does he want to have to type a random word to wake up again?
Oh, God, fatigue. RuneScape Classic.
Yes.
It was great.
I suppose the benefit of sleeping in a bed would be it instantly regenerates your run energy.
Yes, if you
I
don't mind
guess.
going all the way to a house for it,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
We don't have any animations for getting in and out of beds, but we can certainly fade your screen out for a bit. Everyone else will just see you vanish, maybe, but you could see just a black screen for a bit, maybe some random words,
Just
to get
Z
the
going
classic
across the
view.
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever, or random things that you might be dreaming of. We can have a lot of fun building those in.
Yes, that could be quite entertaining.
Krakens.
Yeah. The shape of the room for the Kraken. Yeah. Either way.
Yes.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. If that's what you'd like us to do.
Heal poison as well. Benji Man's just said heal poison in bed.
Well, if you're
Heal
going into a
poison health and
PO8
run.
and you're kind of getting healed from poison already, aren't you? By just walking in and out.
Yeah.
There we go.
I guess. Someone called Bull. No, that's DJ Mix says target system, please. I would prefer to keep the target system for something like Bounty Hunter or Clan Wars or another PvP related piece of content. I don't particularly want to put it in the Wilderness or PvP worlds. I think that would be better in newer content as opposed to PvP worlds. I think the idea of having a target system, and then I guess people would want the teleport option with it as well. And teleporting from one side of the map to the other just to find your target isn't really fair. So I think we'll keep it out of there.
Or no,
Matt
you-
K is writing because he's taken down interesting questions from your stream
Yes.
for Solo Fairy, who's asking.
I'm practicing. It's been a long time since I've written. I normally time.
Yeah, I can tell I can't read any of
Yeah,
that.
no, me neither. I'm just doodling. Really.
That what does that
I'm
actually
drawing,
say?
I'm drawing a big picture of Breach's room.
That doesn't actually say anything. That's chicken scratches.
It says increased chance
That says
to catch.
That says increase.
Yeah.
That says chrome.
Increased chrome to catod, blatch, salamanders. It was a question by a chap called Utod, and he said, will the Larupia outfit give you a better chance to catch the black black
That's a salt
witchman thingies?
You know, hunting camouflage, it does like nothing. And a long time ago, we set out to fix it. So Mod Nexus and I, we found out where the code was that was trying to make it do something and where it wasn't doing anything, and we plugged it in properly so that it actually did what it was trying to do. At which point we discovered that it does something more than we expected. It doesn't just give you a bonus for wearing the camouflage, it gives you a bonus for standing more than 4 tiles away from the trap or behind some scenery. And once that code was actually doing what it was always intended to do, it meant that you had almost no chance of catching a creature at all if you stood near your trap, unless you wore the camouflage, and even then it was a pretty low chance, so you had to go and stand behind a tree. That's not how we hunt. It's never been how we hunt. And we took that change straight back out the game again, and I don't really want to ever put it back.
We need to have like a RuneScape Mythbusters session, because not only have we debunked the Ring of Wealth, saying it's pretty much useless.
I'm writing that down.
We've
Mythbusters.
yeah, RuneScape Mythbusters. Not only have we also just ruined Larupia and other armors now, there are many other things that we can probably ruin. Drop rates, yeah, I guess anything really. A lot of people think that doing certain things in game increases the chance of something else happening.
Yeah, like hopping worlds.
Yeah, hopping worlds, or even this. I mean, this is supposed to work and it doesn't work. And we
Or
just
talking
ruined it.
to Oziak before you can get a visage. That
Yeah.
was a quite popular belief.
And having like a pink beard makes you a better staker or something.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I could make that be true.
all these stakers that go and like I've got a pink beard or I've got a green beard or I'm this colour or whatnot. It doesn't help you in staking whatsoever. It's just it's a complete myth.
If the camo is a problem though, just take a leaf out of my book and don't hunt.
Or yeah, I guess. Either way. But yeah, we should have a RuneScape Mythbusters.
Yes, no, I've written that down. We have to organise that along with the video.
Yeah.
It'll be quite fun.
Of course, we could always implement some of the myths.
So you do actually talk to Ozzy in order to get Dragon Visage.
Yeah, hidden update.
Yeah, that would be,
Sailing.
Yeah, I guess.
we could have a lot of fun with that.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I wrote down a name. I never actually got to write down what his question was. So Ryan31RJK, what was your question? Because it looked quite interesting, and I can't remember what it was. So say it again.
Mila OSRS says the rabbit's foot necklace is useless. This is correct, it is useless.
There goes another one.
Yeah.
And we'd be very happy to pull something to make it useful. Getting better bird's nests springs to mind.
So yeah. What else have we got?
I bought spins. Want Squid of Fortune?
There's a game with that.
Yeah, you can.
Or something
there was
with a
nothing more,
replacement
I think.
for it.
Yeah.
You can go away.
So,
What? Sorry.
The Barrows question, dirty uncle.
Oh dear.
So there's a question about the Barrow's dirty uncle, which is what John suggested should be the new Barrow's brother last week. and in doing so, Matt pretty much collapsed.
It was.
And then it turns
was
out
like
Ice
this.
Crush, who does the transcripts for each live stream and puts them on the forums, decided that it would be hilarious. Or he was just doing it factually, decided to put the transcript and the excerpt of John saying we need a Barrow's dirty uncle in the forums, which then made me cry. I don't think we're going to do the Barrow's dirty uncle as the next Barrow's brother. Or not even brother, Barrow's family member, I guess.
Or the grandma.
I'd rather do a Barrow's sister.
Yeah, that would be more acceptable.
Barrow's pet dog.
We're just ruining Barrows now. Only myths in Barrows we can completely just ruin while we're here.
Yes, there is no dirty uncle.
I guess the kill count.
Oh yeah,
Kill count doesn't matter. I think 11 was the best kill count you could get because it was the optimum number of runes and you killed all brothers at that point. So yeah, if you get 10,000 kill count, you're wasting your time.
So Eyebolts, I think it's pronounced, has a question about a Steel Titan boss. Yeah, we've got the graphics for that. I think.
No, there's no
Not
Steel
Steel
Titan.
Titan.
No, we've got an Iron Titan boss. So if we paint it a bit shinier, we've got a Steel Titan.
Yeah.
And
I did have an idea for Steel Titan, or Iron Titans actually. I recently released a game on Xbox, which I have been playing religiously for the past few days now, which involves Titans. I figured I'll try and make a sort of hacked mini game of you're playing, you're PvPing against each other, and all of a sudden you call in this Iron Titan, which you can then turn into, and you can run around as this Iron Titan beating people up.
Wouldn't that be Transformers?
It would basically be Transformers versus Titanfall, effectively. But I figured that might be a fun minigame that I'd just create for the lols, really. I've been playing it religiously for the past, since it came out. Actually, I took the day off for it, so.
Not on.
well, at least you didn't take a sick day for it.
Yeah, no, I booked my holiday. I'm a model employee. Either way.
I think half the office booked holiday that day, didn't they?
So,
Not really.
Korean God has a question about if you've got a master's in computer science and you wanted to work for this team, what would you do? Well, at the moment we've got this vacancy for the artists. So if you look on the Jagex careers website, jagex.com/careers, I think it is, you'll find what vacancies are currently open. There's not often vacancies in this team because, well, we are small. We'd like to be bigger. But it'll list what vacancies Jagex has, and it'll give you instructions for how to apply. So please, if you're interested in working for us, check out the careers site, and we'd love to make space for you on the couch. I know we just hired John, and we have not made space for him on the couch, but we're having to take it in turns until we get a bigger couch.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
principle
there
stands.
is a bigger couch, and about sort of 10 metres in that direction, there's a whole new room being built for us to stream from. And it's got a big couch, which is what we want, so we can all sit on it together, which will be nice.
Quite funny, actually. I had an idea earlier, actually. People talk about RS Mythbusters being a good idea. I had the idea of Jagex Science, which was we just take things which only apply in RuneScape for some reason and try and see if they're a reality. So you walk into a bank like Barclays with a shark. Or a tuna and be like, can I put this in, please, and see what they say. Or you try and eat an entire tuna in one mouthful. You try and run around with a cannonball, see how far you can get. Jagex Science.
Well, they'll go nicely with that guy who ate all the bananas.
Yeah, I mean, we could just ask Alan. Alan, could you try and bank this tuna at Barclays, please, or somewhere? But
Try and fit 28 sharks into a backpack.
yeah,
An invisible backpack.
If you tell Alan to go into the wilderness and kill someone, on stream,
People will try, to be fair.
you would.
Moshi Blood wants placeholders for the Ectofile and the Magical Secateurs.
Yes.
Well, we could just let you get more than one of them. We've gone to a heck of a lot of trouble if you look at the code, long before Old School came out, like back in 2007 itself. Somebody's gone to a lot of trouble to stop you getting multiple Magical Secateurs. A huge amount of trouble. Like every time you use the Electricorn, I think it deliberately tries to stop you having multiple Secateurs. If we just took all that out, I think you could just have a placeholder for Secateurs. And the same for the Ectofile. We could just let you have multiple of them if that's what you want. So-
Maybe not, because it's a free one-click teleport.
Yeah, but it teleports you to its recharge point.
I just read I bought Spins as a question. It's quite funny, actually. Make a club penguin type of pet, like a puffalo, so you can play with it and feed it. Oh my god, 95% of the people want it.
Is that what your Chaos Elemental pets are going to do?
I guess.
Or maybe it is now.
Yeah, chaos rooms.
It's just the oh my god, 95% of people want it. We haven't even polled it yet, but apparently 95% of people want it.
There we go.
Clairvoyance.
Right, exophiles they like. placeholder for God Capes as well. We could placeholder for all sorts of things, couldn't we?
The Explorer ring says permanent PKing. That comes, I think, from an achievement diary.
I thought that said Internet Explorer ring.
I don't think we need one of those.
No, hell no. No, thank you.
Well, if we get achievement diaries, we can have all kinds of rewards of that nature. There was a request, in fact, for some reward jewellery that would let you teleport to Lunar Isle, and it was suggested that could come from achievement diaries. All these things are possible, and I would like to do achievement diaries. It's kind of annoying the amount of stuff I've had to do involving the achievement diary tab. That there's just one button on it at the moment. So I'd like to put some more stuff there just to justify the effort, if nothing else.
Right, I think we've gone past 6 o'clock, so I think we probably ought to say goodbye. Boaty is streaming right now, from what I understand, so please do head over there and give him a watch if you're finished here. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week, I think. Yeah, I think we're done. So Wednesday night, I stream at 9 o'clock every night, so come join us then. Twitter accounts. Let's give a shout out to their Twitter accounts.
Jagex Ash.
Jagex Reach.
Jagex Matt K.
And Jagex John C.
Yeah, follow.
John C.
Yeah. Make sure you follow us because we want to be top of the staff.
We already are.
We already are, but it'll be further ahead.
You three are.
We're way out in lead.
Yeah. So yeah, 2007 viewers apparently. Okay, see you later, guys. Have fun.
Bye.